The unblinking eye of Mohenjo-daro, the oppressive heat of a Sindh summer, had not deterred Dr. Almas Khan. She was an archaeologist, with a singular focus, the lesser-known, westernmost structures of the ancient city of Mohenjo-daro. Her team, a skeletal crew of local workers and her graduate assistant Zohaib, were 3 weeks into a dig near the Great Bath, but on an older, deeper layer. "Dr. Khan," Zohaib called out, his voice a strained whisper through the dust. "Look at this. It's wrong." Alma's, wiping sweat and grit from her brow, hurried over. Zohaib was kneeling beside a newly exposed, remarkably preserved brick wall. Set into the wall, not as a decorative feature, but seemingly as an integrated part of the structure, was a single, unglazed ceramic sphere, roughly the size of a human eye, a startling milky white against the ruddy baked earth. "It doesn't match any known Indus Valley artistry," Almas murmured, her gloves tracing its smooth, chilling surface. "It has no pupil, no iris, just white." That night back at their makeshift camp, the air grew unnaturally cold. Almas tossed in her cot, plagued by a low, persistent thrumming sound she couldn't place. When she finally drifted into a troubled sleep, she was plunged into a dream of the past. She saw the bustling, organized city, but a subtle terror lay beneath it, everywhere set into the corners of doorways, the lintels of public buildings, and the walls of the Great Bath were dozens of these milky ceramic eyes. They were fixed, silent, and seemed to drink in the light. The sound, the very life of the people. She woke with a gasp. The thrumming was louder. Outside, Zohaib was talking in rapid, frightened Urdu. "I swear it's watching me," he insisted to the night guard. "The sphere we dug up. I put it under the tarp and its white is brighter now." Almas grabbed her torch and rushed out. The ceramic eye lying on a small folding table did indeed seem to glow faintly, an inner, cold luminescence that defied the laws of physics. As she approached it, the low thrumming intensified, vibrating in her chest. "Let's cover it properly," she ordered, her scientific skepticism fighting a rising tide of primal fear. They draped a thick black velvet cloth over it. The light immediately vanished and the thrumming ceased. Almas tried to rationalize it. A trick of the moonlight, fatigue, an acoustic anomaly. But the next morning, the wall from which the eye had been extracted was found to be oddly changed. The bricks surrounding the gap were no longer dry. They were slick with a cold, clear fluid that smelled faintly of brine, despite being miles from the sea. And when the team tried to move the rest of the wall, they found something more horrifying. Behind the wall was not compacted earth but a small empty chamber. And across the furthest wall of this chamber, at eye level, was a single, horizontal line of perfectly smooth, empty sockets, like tiny craters in the millennia-old mud. There were 7 of them, spaced precisely. "It wasn't a feature," Almas whispered, her torch beam shaking. "It was a cover." Zohaib stumbled backward, pointing a trembling finger. "Dr. Khan, the eye we found. Look at the bottom." Almas crouched down to the velvet-shrouded sphere. Near the base, the pristine white ceramic had cracked, and from the fissure a thin, reddish-brown vein-like tendril was slowly, deliberately, coiling out across the wooden table. It was moving, seeking. The realization hit her with the force of a sandstorm. The sphere wasn't an object set into the wall. It was an organ, a single, unblinking eye that had been plugged into a larger entity that still lay sleeping, waiting deep beneath the ruins of Mohenjo-daro, and it had just woken up. They backed away, stumbling over their equipment. The air thrummed louder than 1,000 hidden drums. As they scrambled out of the trench, casting panicked glances back, the silence of the ancient city broke. From the deepest excavation site, from the exact point where the eye had been pulled, came a sound. That was not a roar, not a whisper, but a sickening cold slurp, followed by the unmistakable, rhythmic click of something, heavy and segmented, beginning to move beneath the earth.